And so you see the system that we have today comes from those very different times. But though the society and the culture has changed, basically the children's needs and the teaching methods are basically the same. I hope that as you look together at that, you'll be encouraged to see how things have moved, and yet how the problems and the needs are virtually the same as they were in Robert Rakes's day. Now, the second part of this section you'll find on page 7 and following of the participants' manual. We're going to look together at the various teaching methods used by Jesus, and maybe you will have this particular page as an overhead, and let's list the several different points that we want to dwell on. You see, Jesus himself was quite an innovator in the way that he taught the people that came to him. Here are 7 different ways that are used, and I'd like to briefly just pick up some ideas from each of them. You have much more detail in your notes. First of all, he spent much of his teaching in parables. Jesus took stories and he gave these earthly stories a spiritual message. He looked out and he saw the sower sowing his seed in the field, and he applied that to how the Christian message is sown in a person's heart and life. We can use the same kind of method in our teaching. We can tell the Bible stories, of course, but we can also use things like using a story that we've heard to teach and to give a Christian message. So that's the first one. The second one is Jesus sometimes used objects in his teaching. He took a flower and he said, "See the lilies of the field. They don't sow or reap, and yet your heavenly Father has provided these, cares for these." And so we can take simple objects like that, and we can use them to show different aspects of God in our own lives. Jesus took a child. This is the third one. We can teach by showing people's lives. Perhaps some of the great missionaries, the great reformers, the Wilberforces of our recent times. Jesus took a child and he said, "See how lowly this child is." And he said to his disciples, "Learn meekness from this child." And I think that's very important, that we use people's lives to illustrate how God is working, not just way back in the Old and New Testament, but even today.